folks, if I could ask that you step off to the side, keep the aisle open so our soldiers can march on through.
Like I said, once they come through, we let the little ones in the front so they can see.
Thank you, folks. Please let the little ones up front.
There you go. And I'll tell you when it's time to cover your ears.
He will come here. Stand next to me.
Sit down and stand up.
Follow the steps, okay? See what they do. Gunpowder. I'll watch when I get home.
Sorry.
First watch.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
How y'all doing?
Great.
Everybody nice and cool this morning?
No.
Well, in case you're not, let you know we do have a nice cold water fountain right downstairs in front of the bathroom, filtered water. We also have a water bottle refilling station. I suggest you guys use those a lot while you're visiting today because it's only going to get warmer. Also, while you're up here, we're going to ask that you please don't sit, stand, or climb on any of the cannon carriages, or any of these historic walls. It's for a couple different reasons. Mostly because we want to keep you guys safe today. We don't want to be falling off the fort or falling off the cannon or anything like that. And secondly, one of our greatest jobs as National Park Service is to preserve things so other people can enjoy them as well throughout time. And this fort's made of a relatively unique material called coquina. And it's actually a very brittle material. Sometimes you look at it the wrong way and bits and pieces fall off. So we do like to limit physical interaction with that. So keep that in mind and do help us with that. Now, when we go to fire this cannon today, it is going to be very loud. Right before we fire the gun, we're going to yell out to cover your ears. We suggest you heed that warning and cover your ears. If you have any small children with you, we ask that you help them cover their ears. And if you have any hearing aids, you might want to turn those down. Finally, while we're doing this demonstration, we're going to ask that you guys stay behind those two cones and that white line there. After the gun is fired, the crew is going to finish by cleaning up the cannon, making sure that the barrel's good and clean, and putting the tools back up. Once they're finished with that, I'll come back up here and let you guys know when it's safe to cross. At that point, feel free to come on up, ask us any questions, talk to us, or have your pictures taken. You guys good with those rules while you're up here?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. So what we're firing today is a 6-pounder iron gun. It's a relatively small gun. It's made of cold metal, dead wood, weighs about 1,700 pounds. If you load about 3 pounds of black powder in it, it'll send the 6-pound iron ball sailing out of that barrel over the speed of sound with a range of close to 1.5 miles. That's where the lighthouse is. Just so you know, today we will not be putting a cannonball into that. That would not be very neighborly of us. I mean, we don't want to pepper the island there with cannonballs. But we will be using close to ½ a pound of black powder, and that will make quite a noise, quite a shockwave. Matter of fact, a lot of times people describe it more as a feeling and less of a sound. Now, at the height of this Castillo's power, you would have seen guns much larger than this all over this gun deck. 44 cannon, some as large as 24 pounders. Now, a 24 pounder fires a 24 pound iron ball. You use about 12 pounds of black powder behind it, and that's enough to send that ball about 3.5 miles away. So imagine a 3.5 mile bubble around this fort. Anything that comes inside of that that's threatening the Spanish, what do you think happens to them? Boom. Boom, exactly, boom. That's the idea. So it's very important for you to keep these cannon in good condition, plenty of black powder, and plenty of supplies. Now, this drill you're going to see us do today is called a siege drill, and it's going to seem like it's taken forever to do, especially on a hot day like this. But the reason why we do it slowly is because with 44 cannon and that much gunpowder having to be used every time you fire them, if you fire them as quickly as you possibly can, which is as little as 30 seconds with some of these guns, you're going to go through your powder in no time. The first siege of St. Augustine lasts 51 days. So that means you got to last that long with your guns and be able to keep that enemy away. Also, another thing you see in that first siege of St. Augustine is about 1,500 people, men, women, and children just like you, being brought from the town into this fort for protection. This is where you come to be safe. I mean, there's up to 18 feet of this material between enemy gunfire and people on the inside. So as people on the inside of this fort, they're hearing these guns go off, and they're probably thinking, yay, they're still firing and they're keeping the enemy away. When those enemy hear these guns from up here fire, they're saying, well, I need to stay back and not get any closer. Another thing about accuracy with these guns, within a half mile, these cannon, because they're in a stable platform, and because these guys practice up here, can hit a 4-foot target about 95% of the time. That's at a half-mile distance. So it's incredibly, incredibly accurate. Now, we wouldn't be able to do this demo today without the help of volunteers. Matter of fact, I'm the only guy up here getting paid to do this. The rest of these folks all